Hi, everyone, and welcome to tonight's team call. I am Emma Owen, taking over for Colleen tonight, and I'm going to be talking about connecting and conversations. And if you see me look down, it's because I have notes. I need to have notes in front of me to have all of the details. But I just was curious if anyone had any shout outs for anyone who is advancing in their business or has advanced in their business. Does anyone? Anyone? No? You can unmute yourself if you do. Okay, if not, that's fine too. That happens. So I am going to talk about connecting, but I wanted to first talk about my story and how I got into really being passionate about starting new conversations, because it doesn't just come natural. It takes work. And so when I started actually the same month, I think, as Colleen. It was 2 years ago, end of June. And I was going to school to be a preschool teacher for early childhood education. I was a new mom, and I was also a nanny. And with going to school for being a preschool teacher, I was also having to do practicum hours. So that was basically like a second job, having to do that 9 hours a week. And with having a new baby, that's not always easy to juggle everything. But I knew that this was something that was going to change my life, because I always had the entrepreneur type in me. I wanted to open up my own preschool, but to do that, it takes a lot of money, a lot of loans. I wanted to have my own in-home daycare, so I would have had to find a house. And I'm 24, so I was 22 at the time when I signed up. And that's really scary, to feel like you're going to get into a lot of debt just to start your own business, right? It's kind of an oxymoron, I think. So when I signed up for the discount. I had completed Brazil butt lift. I actually was completely skeptical of Shakeology. I didn't try it for the first 60 days. I just cleaned up my eating. I was dairy-free because I'm lactose intolerant, and I cut out gluten as well because I realized bread made me react and bloat. And so when I signed up for the discount. I had no idea what this business could do for me. I just loved the support in the community, and I was like, okay, I'm like a broke college student, a new mom. Having a 30% discount on Shakeology would be amazing, because my boyfriend, now husband, was like, you're spending how much on what? Like, what is this? So I just shared my story straight away. I had a transformation after the 60 days, and I got so much feedback. I talked about how I struggled with postpartum depression. And for my first month, I hit Success Club 14. And then my second month, I hit like Success Club 20. And it kept going. And then November came. And I hit Success Club 5 the last day of the month. And so I was like, okay, not everyone is going to come to me. So that was my turning point of realizing that I needed to start reaching out to people and talking to people about their journey. And let me tell you, I have failed over and over again. This is taking me a long time to kind of nail down what works for me and what works for my conversations. But I hope that you guys are taking notes, because I have about 3 pages right here, and I'm just excited to share everything that I've learned from failing and just trying new things. So first of all, if you're already having conversations and creating new conversations, high five. That is a huge step. I know it can be really scary. I know that it can be intimidating at first, especially if you're a new coach, but just know that people are looking for a way out, right? They're looking for a better life, and they don't realize that until we come and help. So, like they say, failure is a pathway to success. So you need to always be self-reflecting on your conversations. I still self-reflect on my conversations and try to see what I can do better, how I can improve, maybe tweak a word here or there, wherever it needs to be. So, okay, so in this business, with the 3 vital behaviors, you always hear invite, invite, invite. Now, how many of you are scared when you hear that? Can you raise your hand if any of you are scared? Okay. So yeah, like me too. I was like terrified. I'm like, I'm not inviting anyone. I'm not being salesy. Like, no, like this isn't like, that's not what I want. So when I think of invite, I switch that. So it's connect, connect, connect. So I don't look at it as inviting. Yes, it may be inviting eventually, but I'm connecting. I'm here to build this relationship with this person and connect with them on a deeper level. Yes, maybe they'll buy a challenge pack, but I'm not going in to a conversation expecting that. So basically, think about it this way. Think about, I don't know if any of you have ever heard the planting seed analogy. You know, it takes like 3 months for plants to grow, all those things. I go into conversation thinking that. I say, you know what? This could take 3 months. I have conversations that have taken a year, right? I mean, I've been in this business for a little bit over 2 years, and I just now have people joining or committing to a challenge group that I've talked to a year ago. But I've consistently built that relationship. And I think a big thing with conversations is overcoming objections. And I think that, well, I know for me, overcoming objections was a really hard thing. I would, got so many no's, and I would get so mad that I would get so many no's. It's okay. No's are good, actually. You want to get no's. No's are important because they're not nows. They turn into yeses. And I could seriously go on and on about overcoming objections, but the two main reasons why people have objections, and I learned this from my first summit, it was Mike Ryan and Tommy Migrant. They had a seminar about overcoming objections. And they said that the main reasons why the people have objections is either they don't trust you enough or they have a lack of information. So when you are talking to these people, their why is like gold. Because when they have those objections about money or about time or about just whatever people make objections about, whatever they say they don't have to be able to invest in their health and fitness, you have their why. So that's why forming and connecting and asking questions is so important. Because when they come to you and say, how much is it? And you talk, and I'll talk about what I say when people come and ask me how much it is in a little bit. When they say that, you can say, I totally understand. It was a huge investment for me. I was a broke college student, but I knew what this was going to do for my life in a positive way. You just told me that. What did they just tell you? What's their why? They wanted to go run around on the playground with their kids. They want to be able to walk up steps and not breathe hard. They want to feel better about themselves. They want to overcome depression. They want to have support. All these things is their why, right? So when they come back with an objection, you can pinpoint why either they came to you in the first place, or if you went to them and they said, yes, I want to get started on a health and fitness journey, and you ask them questions and you figure out their why, you can pinpoint that. That is your gold, literally. Because if you don't have that, that's what makes objections hard. That's what makes them tough because then you're like, I don't know where to go from here. I don't know where to pinpoint. But if you turn it back on them, that's what's really going to help. So I'm also, if they say Shakeology is too expensive, I talk about how Shakeology saved me money on groceries. It's $4 a day. And one less meal I have to make or pay for in that day, right? Like, honestly, if you go get like a Vietnamese sandwich or something, that's like $4, $5. But Shakeology is way healthier, right? 70 superfoods. I actually have mine right here. Oh, and I'm pregnant and I'm drinking as my prenatal. So there's another thing. Now I have something to talk about with pregnancy. And I have many women on my team who have drank it as their prenatal, who are drinking it breastfeeding. So there's all these things that you can use. And that's why it's so important to be proof that the product works too, and to be drinking this. And obviously you guys you're on the team call. So I used to blurt out everything. So when someone would ask me like, okay, so how much is the 21-day fix? I would say, oh yeah, you can get this, and this, and Shakeology for $140. So let's say it's on sale. And they'd be like, whoa, you know, like you tell them like, oh, portion control, workouts, meal guides, all these things. And then they're like, whoa, like that's a lot, you know, that's a lot of money. And so I was running into that a lot. I would blurt it out, I would say it, and then I'd get crickets. Or I would get people that would say like, no, like, you know, right now I can't afford that, or right now it's not the time. And I would use their why, and they would still come back with excuses. So I tweaked that. And what's been helping me so much is this is what I say. So when someone comes to you after you've formed with them, after you have talked about their why, after, you know, all those things, you've asked them questions. Why do they want to get started on their health and fitness journey? What's their biggest struggle? All these questions. Like if you don't know what to say, just ask questions because people like to talk about themselves. And don't be scared, okay? Like just remember that you have something amazing to offer. So what I say when they come and they say, okay, that sounds awesome. How much is it? Like, that's like the scary question, right? Like, oh my gosh, like I have to tell them how much it is. I emphasize Shakeology because that is so vital for their health. So I say, so let's just, for instance, Hammer and Chisel is on sale this month. So I would say this month, if you get Shakeology, and then I put in parentheses, which is normally $130 a month, about $4 a day, and parentheses, you get Hammer and Chisel for $10 more. So do you see how emphasizing Shakeology helps them understand the value of the challenge pack, because it's mainly Shakeology that they're paying for, right? Like they get the Hammer and Chisel for $10 more. And then they will ask, okay, so what all is included in the challenge pack? So instead of one blurting message, which might seem like it's the best way because it's going to be faster and you're going to, you know, get that sale faster. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to just go slow and just understand that it just takes a little time, a little more time, but it's better than, I say this quote at the end, but it may take 3 days to get the yes you are wanting and the friendship than a one-day no, right? Like you want that friendship and you want that quality and that trust. So when I say that, then they ask what's in the challenge pack, and then I can go into detail. You know, you get the containers, and the meal plan, and the Hammer and Chisel DVDs, and so then that's like 3 messages instead of 1, and them being really scared. So let's talk about ways to connect with people that either you don't know or maybe you know. So this was something that was really scary. I started on Facebook, and I actually had a lot of Facebook friends when I started, but I've been growing my Instagram account now for the last 2 years. And so when I started, my market was mainly on Facebook. It was mainly my warm market, and I didn't always do, you know, add 5 new people a day. So what I do is I add 5 new friends a day. You can actually target who you want to look for. You can go to your friends, mutual friends, you know, and I look for people who are like my niche, you know, if they're a mom or they're a young mom or a college student, you know, struggling, whatever. So that's who I'll add. And Instagram connections, you know, hashtags, looking for people who like your posts or comment on your posts, always making sure you're commenting back on all of your posts to everyone who comments to make that engagement, because people see that and people love when you respond. They're following you for a reason, right? They love your stuff. They're your likers. So I'm just going to share with you what I say when someone likes one of my pictures. So this is either about a challenge group post that I've done or a coaching post. So I say, hey, so-and-so, thanks so much for liking my picture, or if they commented what you said on my picture. It means a lot to me when people support my journey and send good vibes my way. Have you thought about becoming a coach before? Or the question I would put for challenge group posts is, are you on a health journey too? So by just saying that, they have just said either, yes, I have wondered what you do as a coach, or no, I haven't really thought about it. And I actually have gotten this a lot. No, I haven't really thought about it, but what do you do? So if I wouldn't have asked, that question wouldn't have even come up. And same with the health and fitness group. Are you on your health journey too? A lot of the times I get, no, I'm not, but I really wanted to start. A lot. I get that a lot. And, I think sometimes people are just too afraid to reach out. Think about your journey. How long did it take you to come around? How long did it take you to say yes? Right? How long did it take? Because I'm sure none of us signed up right away. Maybe some of you did. Like maybe if you're just like, you were super ready. But I know I didn't want to start right away. Actually, I didn't even get Shakeology at first. I was like, no, I'm not putting that in my body. I didn't even know what was in it. I just thought it was another chemical product like that was shoved in my face before, because I had bad experiences with other friends and other MLMs. So I just didn't really want anything to do with it. Another really great way is a happy birthday message. So literally Facebook tells you when it's their birthday. So if it's someone you've wanted to talk to, maybe you just didn't know how to talk to them because you've never talked to them before, I message them and I say, hey, so-and-so, put their name. I know we've never really talked before, but I just wanted to say hey and wish you a happy birthday. I hope you have a fun and relaxing day. Heart. Or if I know them, I'll say, hey, I know we haven't talked in a while, but I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. I hope that you're having fun. Or maybe I saw that they're going out tonight. Maybe I clicked on their page a little bit. Make it personable. You don't have to send the same message to everyone, but have some type of message that you send and you can tweak it to each person. And that's a great way to start conversations with people you've never started conversations before. I've actually had someone message me back after I said that and was like, oh my gosh, I've really wanted to reach out to you because I've really been struggling with my health and fitness, but I've just been too scared. If I would have never just messaged her happy birthday, we may still not have to be talking, or we may not be friends right now. So never underestimate someone just because they haven't reached out to you. They're watching your posts. That's why you're posting every single day is so important, because that is building the trust with the people that you're talking to behind the scenes. So another thing, so let's talk about coaching and approaching about the coaching opportunity. And I know that this can be really scary. And I know that it was really scary for me at first because, you see all these coaches that have these financial success and you're like, I don't know how I can share the coaching opportunity with, not having that or whatnot. We don't all hello, we start out brand new with no one under us. We're all the same. So when you're starting, talk about the community and support. So when I'm talking to people privately in messages, I'm always looking for clues. So when people tell me so I send that message for coaching. If say I do a coaching post and they like it, right? It's like, oh, I'm looking for 5 new people to join my team or 5 new girl bosses, whatever, and they like it. I'll go through and message people the same message that I did about coaching. And I want to ask you, before we go into this, what do you have to gain versus what do you have to lose? So think about that every time you're scared to talk about the coaching opportunity. What do you have to gain versus what do you have to lose, right? So look for signs. So people who tell me they have money struggles, they might not have any support, they hate their job, they want to travel, but they don't have time or, money freedom. They want to stay at home with their kids. They feel like they have more of a purpose in life than what they're doing right now. Anytime someone says something to me like that, I either write their name down as a coach prospect or I immediately ask them, have you ever wondered what I do as a coach? Or I'll ask them questions like, I understand that you don't like your job. What does your dream life look like? What does your dream job look like? and then I'll go into, have you ever wondered what I do as a coach? Just asking that question, again, they can either say yes or they can say no. And if they say no, you've asked them about coaching, and so they're going to wonder what you do, right? You're putting that in their lap. I also ask, if they hate their job, do you see yourself working there for the rest of your life? Asking these questions is so important. That's why I'm just all about asking questions. If you don't know what to say, just ask a question. Think outside the box. So, for money struggles, I think a lot of us are like, oh, well, they're struggling with money, so that means that they're probably not going to commit because, they wouldn't be able to buy a challenge pack. No, I could not buy a challenge pack when I signed up. I'm pretty sure my mom bought it for me. If they want to do it, they will do it, right? They will find a way. And so if they're struggling in some way, they already stay at home. My biggest thing was I didn't want to have to rely on anyone. I may be married, but I don't want to have to rely on my husband for things that I want to do. I've always been independent. I've always kind of been a secret rebel, in high school and stuff. And I just wanted to have a life that I wanted to live. And we were so young. My husband really had no direction at the time, and I wasn't going to sit back and wait for him to figure out what he wanted to do. And because of Beachbody, I was able to let him quit his job of climbing cell phone towers, and now he can be a mechanic and work for whatever he wants and just be happy. So when people talk about money struggles or anything like that, this opportunity can seriously save their life. So I want to ask you, are you mad that you're on this team call? If Colleen would have never shared this opportunity with you, what would your life look like? Right? Yeah. Think about that when you're talking to people about this opportunity. Think about all the amazing things, not just financial, all the support, all the community, all the things that you've gained, your health and fitness, your passion for something in life. Think about that when you're talking to these people. They have no idea what's out there for them. So I just have to say, you just have to do it when it comes to talking about coaching and talking to new people and starting new conversations. It's scary, but it's awesome to be scared, okay? Be scared and just push through it. You just gotta go and just do it and don't let that fear hold you back. And also, if you're struggling with hearing no, maybe you're scared to hear the word no, read Go for No. It's literally 50 pages, and it's a book that seriously changed my life. Okay, so I recommend reading that book. It's a super fast read. And so honestly, you may still get no's. I still get no's. I don't think we'll ever not get no's. But the more no's you get, the more yeses you will get. So like I said, it may take 3 days to get the yes you want, but it's better than a one-day no, right? So that's really all that I have for you. I'll open it to questions. If you guys have any questions, I would love to answer anything or comments. Was this helpful? I hope this was helpful.
I've got a question.
Yes.
So you're a total rock star, first of all. And I was doing one-on-one coaching with Josh Coates, and he brought you up quite a bit. And that message that you use to open it up to other people about your health and fitness journey, pure gold. Everybody needs to be doing that. Pure gold. My question for you is, at this point in my business, I'm really struggling with finding those business builders. I have a lot of discount coaches, but when we get into the business, we all kind of hope and assume that people want to work this business, and it's so not the case.
Yeah.
Do you have any suggestions on what to do to find those rock stars and those people that actually want to build this business? I creep a lot of people that I want on my team, and, I go into their mutual friends to see, if they have mutual likes and, just trying to find my tribe at this point. So I was just wondering if you had any more suggestions on that, whether it be on IG or Facebook or anything.
So honestly, I would just say that relationship right off the bat is really important. And for me, I signed up for the discount. One of my rock stars, I don't know if you guys know Brittany Powers, we met on Instagram and she took 4 months to sign up. Like, I don't think that there's I don't think that there's a magic way of finding rock stars, right? I think just finding your niche, sticking with your niche, only talking to your niche and not feeling like you're talking to everyone is what's going to make you like attracts like, right? So like that's going to make them come to you. And don't ever count your discount coaches out, you know, especially if they're in the team page, they're going to see how active it is. I don't know if you put your discount coaches in the team page. I do, because I want them to see the community part, because a lot of the times people want the community and then they see the community and they're like, okay, I want to do this.
Yep. It's a stamina game at this point, I feel. It's like just not giving up, because you never know when somebody's going to flip that switch.
Right. And never not looking for people to join your team. I think that's important too, is to never underestimate and to always be looking to add people to your team, because I think that's what also really helps as well.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Yes, of course. Any other questions or comments? Was this helpful?
Oh. Yeah, I don't have a question, but I have a comment. Yeah. I love what you said, how you closed it, where you said if Colleen or, you know, whoever your upline is would have never like asked you to join this community, what would your life look like? I feel like that's super powerful and that made me super sick to think about. So thank you.
Yeah, no, and I heard that at Platinum Edge, and they were like, you know, it's totally like you're holding something back. You're basically, what did they say? It was like, you're being selfish to hold this opportunity back from someone, you know, like just think about that. And because we all still get scared, like it's a normal thing. We're human, right? But yeah, so next time just think about that. Whoever your upline was, Colleen, whoever, if they would have never invited you to this opportunity, what would your life look like? This is true.
Keith Callahan says, he's like, we don't have the right to not share this with people. We're literally doing people a disservice if we're not sharing this with them. And the question is, why not you? And it's so true. It's like, why not you? So that was like an awesome closer. It does. It makes you literally sick to think about.
No, me too. I mean, I don't know where my life would be like right now if I wouldn't have had this opportunity either. Like I said, it was a hot mess. I mean, having a kid at 21 was not easy.
Absolutely. I so related to you too about your husband. I mean, my husband's super young. Honestly, without this opportunity, we probably would be divorced by now because we were in just like a real shitty situation. So thank you for that.
Yeah, no, and because I follow your story and I remember he was working away a lot, right? And that's because my husband was climbing cell phone towers and he went to school for 6 months. So we were actually apart for 6 months. We saw each other maybe on the weekends, maybe every other week. And I mean, with having a kid, that was also so hard because I was like, But then when he comes home from school, he leaves again to Montana to go climb cell phone towers. And I was like, F this, I'm over this. Like, you just got home, like, no. So that really pushed me into overdrive. And I'm sure it pushed you into overdrive, being away from him too. And so yeah, I'm just so thankful for this opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything.
Yeah, of course. Anything else? I want to say thank you all for being on. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for hosting. It was an awesome call.
And Colleen, we're thinking about you. Colleen and Sean, we are totally thinking about you and hoping everything's going well. We should take a picture so I can send it to her.
Yeah, that would totally make her smile.
Okay. I'm going to stop the recording though right now. So hold on. Don't jump.